Matsunashita questions Nakao if Kumota is indeed as deadly as he seems. Nakao gives a good analysis, detects a weird energy in Kumota, but is not convinced that the guy is a fatal threat. He responds to the boss that Kumota seems to be a tough adversary, and then they receive the order to start the combat. The two fighters barely had time to position themselves when bang! Shots resonate in the distance, interrupting everything. Next, Nakao's subordinates burst into the location in panic, closely followed by several armed men. Nakao acts fast, hiding his guys behind him, but the bandits open fire, hitting Kumota and the two mafia leaders. Upon seeing the injured boss, Nakao reacts on instinct. He throws a table at the attackers and orders his men to take him immediately to the hospital. He flees with the rest of the team while the armed criminals search the room for this secret merchandise. While they steal the money and the packages from the briefcase, the eye of Kumota, fallen on the ground, moves, observing the action. It is a spine-chilling moment. Nakao's subordinates remain terrified. Nakao tries to calm them down, explaining that what they saw was the proof that they are dealing with real criminals, dangerous people. He distributes some money for them to enjoy, saying that he needs to defend the boss's honor. Nakao prepares to face the gang, but incredibly, Kumota stands up again. The entire room freezes in shock. Questioning why the guy does not die with so many shots, the bandits shoot frantically, trying to keep him on the ground. However, Kumota, monstrously, transforms into his true form and tears apart one of the thieves right in front of Nakao. Nakao watches, paralyzed, while the wild creature destroys the rest of the assailants. After finishing with everyone, the monster walks toward Nakao. Seeing imminent death, Nakao has a vivid flashback of his childhood. He was watching Kamen Rider detonate the jackers when his father entered the room with taiyaki, which he devoured with pure joy. Proud of the son's compliment, Nakao's father starts to explain his special cooking methods to enhance the sweet's flavor. The father reveals that he spent more than 1,000,000 yen to get a special mold that allowed him to fry the dough perfectly before stuffing it. He dreamed of setting up a successful business so that with enough money, Nakao's mother would return home. Nakao gets excited and asks if his father would buy a Kamen Rider suit when he got rich. The father, with his eyes full of hope, promises to buy all the suits he wanted. Soon, he set up the stand on the street, but to the sadness of both, he did not sell anything. The father is devastated. One day the father arrives home and, with regret, announces that he will close the stand and move in with the neighbor, explaining that he is sunken in debt and that she will use him as a pet to pay them off. Horrified, Nakao asks what he means. The father explains that he did not want to disappear without saying goodbye and tells Nakao to go live with his grandfather. On trying to stop the father, he breaks free and leaves the son crying alone. The next day, on the way to his grandfather's house, Nakao finds a group of children playing Kamen Rider. He questions the obsession with the hero, and they respond that Kamen Rider is the hero of justice, who protects the innocent. Nakao, remembering the father who failed and was not saved by any hero, begins to cry. The children laugh and mock him. Nakao, trembling with anger and sadness, declares that heroes do not exist in real life. He affirms with conviction that he will become a shocker to prove that nobody needs help. Determined, he gives the shocker salute and screams the villain slogan. In the present, Nakao is pierced by Kumota's claw. He asks the monster if he is a real shocker and begs to be transformed, giving the shocker salute with his last strengths. Then he dies. Elsewhere, Nakao's subordinates are digging into a hearty banquet. They feel guilty for having forgotten the boss. While they eat, Nakao wakes up in a park, shocked to have survived. He arrives at the restaurant and his men are terrified by the blood on his clothes. He calms them down and tries to remember the details. The waitress asks for the payment. Nakao almost faints when seeing the 300,000 bill, the result of the subordinates' gluttony. They return the money to Nakao, he pays, and reprimands them. Nakao says they no longer need to follow him, they refuse to abandon him. Nakao, remembering his dream, gives the shocker salute and transforms into a real shocker, leaving everyone absolutely shocked. Upon leaving, he returns to his normal form, as the shocker suit was attracting too much attention. He explains that Kumota killed him and transformed him. The subordinates, seeing him so happy, asked him to transform again. He transforms and returns, praising the shocker technology. The subordinates join in, giving the shocker salute with him. Nakao corrects them, showing the right way.
He transforms one more time under the team's compliments. One of them asks Nakao to carry him. He lifts him easily in his arms. The other two join in, jumping on top of him, but Nakao withstands the weight thanks to the shocker's strength. Sitting on a bench, the chubby one offers a taiyaki. Nakao thinks that Matsunoshita gang will dissolve with the death of the boss. The subordinates swear that they will stay with him. Nakao insists that they leave the gang, but they refuse, moved. Nakao thinks that these young people should focus on safer careers, but they shove the taiyaki in his mouth. The taste surprises him, and he asks where they bought it. They point to a nearby stand. Nakao gets up. Upon approaching, Nakao sees bandits harassing the stand owner, who insists he has permission from the Matsunoshita gang. The bandits' leader recognizes him. Nakao ignores and continues toward the stand. When he sees the owner up close, he realizes it is his own father. Nakao cries, imagining how hard life has been for his father. He, who thought he did not need dreams, sees that his father continued fighting. The bandit starts to break the stand. Nakao reacts and tries to stop him. The bandit says the father did not have permission and that the Matsunoshita gang was defeated. Nakao realizes that this is the gang responsible for killing his boss. Furious, he shouts that the Matsunoshita gang is still alive because he is there. The bandit attacks with a club. Nakao blocks him, kicks him in the stomach, and steals the club. After hitting the leader in the back, he sees that his subordinates were assaulted by the bandit's partner. Nakao knocks out the leader and hits the big guy in the stomach. The giant resists the blow and knocks Nakao down with a brutal punch. Nakao stands up, shocking the giant. He asks if the man is a fighter, and he reveals that he was pro wrestling. Nakao knocks him down. He raises a hand to the shocker salute while the fighter runs for the final attack. With the power of the shocker's suit, Nakao grabs the man's fist and destroys him with a tiger driver. Nakao asks the father to call the police and authorizes him to keep the stand. The father apologizes for not recognizing him and asks his identity. Nakao, maintaining the mystery, says that he is just a passing shocker. The next day, Tojima sees the news of a vigilante shocker who defended an elderly man and shows it to his friend heroes, who find the idea ridiculous. Thus ends the episode. Comment the word writer for me to know that you got here. Watch the next video that is on the screen. Subscribe and activate the bell to not lose the next chapter. And remember, watch until the last second. That helps the channel to grow much more.